guys, it's Jackie with Intoxicating Arts, and today we're going to make a Christmas card using some of the stamps and dies from the Stamp of Approval Holiday Magic Kit from Catherine Pooler. And I'm just going to quickly show you what's in this box so you can kind of have an idea in case you're curious about what you get in a box. You pay about $100 for this box, but it is loaded with products. And one of the best things about it is you're provided with a PDF that gives you over 40 ideas to inspire you to make your projects. So it's really awesome because you get that inspiration and you're not left trying to figure out what to do. I did make up my own card design, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today, but I wanted to show you what's in the box. So in the Holiday Magic Collection, we got this stamp set by The Ton, and I had never heard of The Ton before, so this is also a great way to find out about companies that might be new to you, so that's really awesome. I love supporting smaller companies as well, so I think that's really cool. So this particular stamp set, I don't know what it's called, but it's really fun because it has all these leaves and berries and the flourishes, and you have the little dots down here. And I actually made a card using this. This was a card that was actually in the PDF, and it was super easy to do, and I think it came out looking really nice. So really cool. Then we got this super adorable stamp set called Bright Baubles by Neat and Tangled, and I have heard of Neat and Tangled before. I haven't got anything from them, so this was a nice surprise to get in the box. And you get this cute little tree that you can then add all these ornaments onto, and some really great sentiments in here to use on any Christmas card. In addition to that, you get the little bits dies, so you can actually die cut out the baubles, and you could put them on some foam tape and, you know, pop them up, so that's really cool. Winnie & Walter is another small company that I've heard of before but never purchased anything from. I love this set. It's always nice to have borders. And this one is called Holiday Trimmings. And I used this little one right here on that card I just showed you. My favorite one in here is the peppermint stick that is, it looks kind of 3D. I think that's really cool. And then I love the scripty border right here, but they're all really great. Casual Fridays, another company I've heard of, but I haven't ever gotten anything from. And this one is called Snowy Sayings. You get this nice border of snowflakes here, some nice sentiments with some scripty font to them. And I think this is really cute how they included the little hand stamped by sentiment right there. And everything that was from Casual Fridays was snowflakes. So we also got this set called Bring on the Snowflakes, which are larger snowflakes. So it's nice you can use these sets together. And then some snowflake dies. And this one doesn't say what it's called, but it's really cool. And it's not meant to cut out the stamps. It's just a standalone set. And last, we have a Happy Holidays die by Neat and Tangled, and this is really cool because it's like a scripty font, but it's kind of more, it's not like super girly scripty font, so I think that's really awesome. And we're going to be using this on the card that I'm making today. Here it is. This is the one that I came up with. It's using Ken Oliver Color Burst, a bunch of stamps from the set, the dies, and this Happy Holidays die as well. So it was really easy to make, and it was a lot of fun. So that's what we're doing today. Let me just put that aside. Oh, I did the inside too, just kind of simple. And I'll be using a different color combination today, and I'm also going to use glitter paper instead of shimmer paper. So like I said, I used Color Burst on the back of this. I kind of just finally broke down and decided to buy some when I went to a rubber stamp convention last weekend. And I just started out with 3 colors, kind of wanted to get like Christmassy colors, so I got the Phthalo Green, Ultramarine Blue, and Alizarin Crimson. I always forget how to say that. So these are really cool. I finally gave in and decided to just go ahead and get them. I'm going to be working on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of 140 pound watercolor paper, and I will be cutting this down to create a border because I'm going to do a standard A4 size card, but I wanted to start with it bigger and then just cut it down when I'm ready. So the first step is to do the embossed snowflakes, so we'll create a resist when we do the color bursts. So this is my EK Success powder tool, and just gonna put that down to make sure there's no static electricity or any sticky things that might create a problem and have the embossing powder stick where I don't want it to. This makes all the difference in the world, I think, because when you get those little strays, it just kind of like your eye ends up going to it. So really love this tool, and this one is refillable, so that's really awesome. I'm going to start off with the Casual Fridays Bring on the Snowflakes. And then this is the Snowy Saying set, which has some smaller ones. Got those down, and then I can grab my Versamark, which we're going to start selling this in the store because it is the best embossing ink. I'm going to be using a white embossing powder. You could use clear also. Just keep in mind whatever color paper is under is what you're going to see when you're using clear. I'm just going to grab I don't know why I shook that, it's just water. It's just a water spritzer bottle, and just saturate that really good. You can tape it down, but I just use a nice strong adhesive in the end, so it doesn't really make a difference. And then just get my camera to focus here. Okay, so it is warping a little bit. It does kind of help if you tape it down because the color burst is going to go off the edges, so I tend to just use my fingers and keep it on. So all you got to do is, I actually just kind of tap the bottle. I don't push it at all, I just tap. You can also put this on while it's dry and then spritz it, but I think you get some pretty cool effects if you put it on wet paper. So just gonna tap some on here, and then I'm gonna go in with the blue. These are so cool. This one kind of just comes right out. I don't want to do too much because I want to have some true blues and some true reds in there, I'm hoping. And I'm going to spray more water so that it will start to flow a little more. This is going to end up looking kind of patriotic. It kind of looks a little bit like fireworks going on here. So, and you can also move it around, and if it starts to pool, you can stop that. This might actually end up looking like a night sky, which would be pretty cool. And the other thing you can do is kind of persuade it to go in a certain direction with a paintbrush. This is a water brush, but it doesn't really matter. You can keep some white spots in there if you want, but kind of just fill mine up all the way. So now I can move on to constructing the rest of the card, and that's going to involve some die cutting. So I'm going to put that aside, grab my black cardstock for my Happy Holidays die cutting, the Neat and Tangle die So just pull this out. Now, one thing to keep in mind is to keep track of that tiny little dot on the eye, because I lost mine, so I ended up just not putting it on there. But this time I do intend to use that, so I'm going to try to not lose it. So I'll be using my Big Shot machine for this step. So I'm going to use some of these on the inside, and I just need the smallest one for the outside. I just use this tiny little one, like on the card I showed you here. Just put it right there as a little extra accent. So this is going to go on here, and I actually need to adhere that now. So this is an inexpensive adhesive that I really like to use because it's just as strong. Well, in my opinion, I don't know factually if it is, but it seems like it's just as strong as the ATG gun adhesive. It's a lot wider, but it doesn't fit in the ATG gun. And I get it from the place that I buy my packaging supplies for all my orders from. So it's pretty nice. And I just rip it like that. And this holds the watercolor, the warped watercolor paper down with no problem. Okay. Alright, so background is officially done. So here's our vellum. And I got this really cool fine line applicator tip at the rubber stamp convention. And this is from Just Imagine Crafts. And I paid $5.50 for it. So I'm not sure if that's a good price or not, but I put my glossy accents in here, and I'm going to use that fine line applicator to adhere my Happy Holidays die cut to my vellum. It makes it very easy to get into those small areas and make sure that you have a good coverage on the die. And now I'm going to add the glitter snowflake that I die cut earlier. Just pop it right on there, and I use the acrylic block to kind of hold things down a little bit. It's a tip I've seen from other YouTubers. And I also put glossy accents all over the Happy Holidays just for an extra little pop. And the other thing that I'm changing up is just adding a few sequins on here. I thought it might be fun to have those. I've adhered it down onto a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card base. And to make the design on the inside of the card, I just popped a couple of those glitter snowflakes in there. And that card is finished. This is what it looks like in the end, and I'll show it next to the original one that I made just so you can kind of see the difference. One of them's a little more glammed up than the other, but I think they're both really pretty. And I was having so much fun with color bursts that I made my sister a birthday card. So this is a stamp from Rubbernecker, and the stars were some Lawn Fawn stars. I used color burst on this, and then I also used some Smooch Spritz. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye!